Covered bonds are a new product that we have contributed as European Investment Bank to introduce in Turkey. Is now 5 years. We started the first operation as a pilot operation more than 5 years ago with a small amount of investment, because through this investment we try to target the small and medium-sized enterprises. That is our main target in terms of achieving the possibility of providing long-term financing to these small companies in Turkey. And of course, a covered bond is a structured operation, so it requires a legal advice, it requires an important contribution on the side of the commercial banks, and is not just a simple bond issues. I think that this will have an impact, but at the moment our experience is quite positive, because we have seen that in 2015, in comparison to the previous years, we have up to now, so up to the end of October, already finalized 3 important new operations of covered bonds in Turkey with major commercial banks, with amounts that are much more important in comparison to 2011. So we have increased the level of investments, and we are quite optimistic on the fact that this trend could continue despite the volatility in the market. It is important that when we go ahead with covered bonds, we can have in mind the fact that there are 3 major positive things that the covered bonds are producing. The development of the financial market, and in Turkey this is extremely needed, especially for Turkish lira bonds. Second, the fact that there are institutions like the European Investment Bank that are contributing to the development of the market, because they are creating the leverage. The fact that we are participating with a ticket of 100 million euro, sometimes even 200 million euro, to a covered bond operation is a convincing argument also for other investors that are following the operation, and so we create the leverage. And finally, the most important thing is also the credit quality. Normally, a covered bond operations, including mortgage covered bonds operation that we have done is now since 1 year in Turkey, they are receiving a quite high level of rating, a rating that is much higher than the issuer rating and even the Republic of Turkey rating. The Today conference is, I think, becoming more and more a reference for local and international investors that are in fact coming to this conference, and we have seen today and yesterday how many people are following the conference, because at the end, through this conference, you get a specific feeling and atmosphere of the opportunities, but also the challenges that the Turkish market is offering in these days. But of course, the message is now oriented to the fact that the Turkish government is going ahead, should go ahead with structural reforms, and if it is this is the line that it will be followed, I'm quite optimistic that again Turkish investors and international investors will be continuing and improving their presence in Turkey.